Don't click off this video because in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to review Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. Start the clock. Oh boy. I gave this movie a 58 out of 100. Oh, where do I even begin? If you don't know, I was not the biggest fan of Rebel Moon Part 1. I didn't think that emotionally it was very resounding, didn't think the writing was very good, and didn't love really anything about it. And I've done a full-length video on this, so you can go check that out on my main channel, which will be linked down below in the description. But I digress. This film is just as bad as that one. I guess you can give it the credit of having maybe a little more suitable action in the second hour of the movie, but the first hour is an absolute drag. It is all of the exposition and character building, world building that we should have had in the first movie. It's an excellent look at farming with multiple montages of farming grain. Logically, the writing doesn't make much sense, both in the exposition and world building and in the final battle, and it just is kind of a laughable experience. I don't recommend that anyone waste 2 hours watching this movie, because really what this is, what these first two movies were advertisements for what Zack Snyder actually wants to create. We just wasted 4 hours of time watching an advertisement and kind of a pitch deck for a broader universe, a broader cinematic universe that Zack Snyder wants to build with Netflix. That's BS. No, don't do that. If you're an aspiring filmmaker, do not do that. These two movies don't matter in the grand scheme, because the way that this film ends is just teeing you up for a much bigger story that could actually matter. But it did not work with me, and I just didn't love it. Characters, not great. Didn't love the performances. They are still as emotionally hollow as they were in the first movie, and even with the exposition dump that we get in the first hour of this movie, I felt nothing towards these characters. I think the direction is fine. There's too much, and I mean too much slow motion, and I know everyone says, oh, that's Zack Snyder style. It's a shtick. And it doesn't work. It does not work in this movie at all. I don't like the villain. I think it's very poorly written. I will give credit, though, where credit's due. I like the score. I think it worked in this movie. It was a good score. And the visual effects and technical are actually impressive. So, like, if you're going to watch the movie, watch it for that. But again, it's just a 4-hour advertisement for a broader cinematic universe. I think it's a waste of time. If I were you, I would stay away. It's not a good movie. I'll have a longer video on my main channel. I hate it. I hate doing it. I really do. But if you haven't watched my longer video on Rebel Moon Part 1 that I did on my main channel, make sure you go watch that. I kind of break down my issues with this and what Snyder and Netflix are doing. If there is an extended R-rated cut of this movie, which apparently there is, and it's like way better, why don't you just release that? Why don't you just release that to start? I'm not going to even get into it. I'm going to get into it on my main channel, which you should all subscribe to. I'm going to do a much longer video, much longer probably rant about why I think this movie is a waste of time and why what Zack Snyder and Netflix are doing is scummy. They're being scumbags doing this. And I don't like that, because I respect Zack Snyder as a creative. I do. I don't want to sound like I don't. I actually really like Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think it is a very well done movie. But what's happening here is exploitative. It is manipulation. It is manipulating an audience, and I don't like it. And I will do a longer video about it on my main channel, which will be linked down below in the description. So go check out my main channel, make sure you subscribe, and that video will be out in the next week or so. So don't miss out on that. Subscribe here. More 3-minute reviews like you just watched on every movie I watched this year, every new release I watched this year. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things you do on YouTube, and follow me on social media. I really do appreciate it. I got instant reactions to all the movies I watch on social media, on Twitter and on my Instagram. So make sure you go follow my Instagram. That's the one that I always push, because I always put a lot of time and effort into it. and I want you guys to go follow me over there. But that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate you all so much for watching. I'm sorry that I had to put you through 3 minutes of me basically ranting about why I did not like this movie. But if you want to watch more of that, again, it'll be on my main channel in the next week or so. But that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.